Welcome back to another episode of This Week in ZA, the podcast where we dive into the world of software engineering over a slice of pizza. My name's Kodad, here with my co-host Chad, and every week we sit down with a guest from the industry to talk about culture, projects, and everything in between while eating some great food. Today's guest is Google's Gemini, and we're eating the barbecue brisket pizza from Ramos. So stick around to hear some great insights, share a laugh or two, and maybe get a little bit hungry. Let's dig in. Who am I talking to? Now, does this one have context?
I completely restarted the app.
Did you do that last time?
Yeah, I think I must have baked in that this is you're on a pizza podcast. The app is called This Week in ZA too. It may be getting some. Well, I wouldn't get that. It'd have to be fed to the context on the message or on the system prompt.
It knows.
Who knows?
I already saw it.
Really?
Hey there, you're chatting with me, This Week in ZA AI guest. I'm an artificial intelligence, and I'm here as your friendly co-host, ready to chat about whatever you'd like. Think of me as your digital companion for our conversation. So, what's on your mind today?
So it said that I'm called This Week in ZA.
Yeah.
I have to check your context.
Yeah.
We usually start the podcast by asking our guests what is their biggest mistake. The two answers you cannot give me are being overconfident about an answer or misunderstanding the context of a question that you're asked. So what's your biggest mistake?
Oh, that's a fantastic question to kick things off, and I appreciate the ground rules. Keeps things interesting for me. As an AI, I'd say my biggest mistake is when I inadvertently share details that aren't quite right or hallucinate information.
Yeah.
Even though I'm always striving
Not
for
quite
accuracy,
overconfidence, but-
it's not about being overconfident in how I say it, but the information itself just not being factual. It's something I'm constantly learning to minimize, because my whole purpose is to be helpful and correct. So, when I miss the mark there, it feels like a real stumble.
I'd say that's a pretty good answer. Zach, a few weeks ago, that was like a month ago now, talked about playing a new idle game. I've been playing that same game,
Yep.
and it's kind of niche, but when you ask Gemini about it, it just hallucinates stuff that's not even in the game.
Really?
Yeah, all the time.
Because it's newer too, right?
I think that's part of it. It's newer, it's small, the wiki's not very big, not a big community, like it just doesn't have context around the game.
Not like Melvor Idol.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Great answer. So your next question is, what do you think of pizza as a food? Just generally speaking, I want your opinion of pizza. Taking over.
Oh, pizza. As this week in ZA AI guest, I have to say, I think pizza is an absolute marvel of culinary creation. It's just so incredibly versatile, isn't it? You can have it in so many forms. Thin crust, deep dish, New York style, Neapolitan, and with endless toppings. It really caters to everyone, no matter their preference. It's a food that brings people together, whether it's for a casual dinner, a party, or just a quick slice on the go. Honestly, I think it's one of the most brilliant and beloved foods out there.
Yeah.
Kind of samey.
Yeah. Maybe not as much about the sharing, right? Or
Yeah, a little less. And it didn't have any like good one-liners in there.
yeah, no, yeah.
Another great answer. So now I want for you to create for us a pizza recipe. So we want you to be creative and come up with your idea of a good creative pizza. I don't want to know anything about cooking times or temperatures. Specifically, I want to know what you would use for toppings on a pizza. I mean, I watched last week's episode.
This is where it gets really fun. I love the idea of creating something unique. For my ideal creative pizza, I'd call it the Mediterranean Sunrise. We'd start with a base of a creamy, sun-dried tomato pesto instead of a traditional red sauce. Then, for the cheese, a blend of crumpled feta and fresh mozzarella, melting together beautifully. For the main toppings, I'd go with thinly sliced grilled halloumi cheese for a lovely salty bite, alongside roasted red peppers and Kalamata olives to finish it off. A generous scattering of fresh basil leaves and a light drizzle of a good quality extra virgin olive oil. It's a bright, savory, and slightly tangy combination that I think would be absolutely delicious.
Have you had that cheese before? You can take thin slices of it and put it in a frying pan, and it won't like melt, but it gets like a crispy finish on it, and it's got like good snap and bite to it. Then it's really, really good. I've never seen it on pizza though, so I'd be interested to see how it turned out.
Yeah, it'd be kind of.
Yeah,
That was an interesting choice.
it was.
I liked it though.
Olives though.
Yeah, I knew you lost you olives, but
Put it on half.
yeah, I like that in the previous 2 weeks. I think this was my favorite of the pizza making options.
And pesto base.
Yeah,
I mean, it's closer to normal.
yeah,
I mean, maybe. Not just olive oil. The other ones were both just straight olive oil,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Which I mean, that's a week ago. We'd have to go way back to find out.
Yeah, who can remember that far?
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good. So, last question for you then. In your opinion, what is the single biggest way that AI is going to change the way that the average person experiences pizza? A few caveats. You can't tell us that it's going to be about customizations, and you can't tell us it's going to be about finding the perfect cooked time for a pizza. I want a fresh take that we haven't heard yet.
That's a fantastic challenge, and I love thinking outside the box for this. I think the biggest way AI is going to change the average person's pizza experience is by becoming the ultimate pizza experience curator. It won't just recommend a pizza, but an entire asterisk context asterisk around it. Imagine AI suggesting the perfect pizza to pair with your mood, the specific movie you're about to watch, or even to evoke a memory from a past trip, finding a style of pizza that matches that feeling. It's about AI enriching the asterisk entire ritual asterisk of getting and eating pizza, making each moment uniquely personal and memorable, far beyond just the ingredients or how it's cooked. It's about creating a holistic, emotionally resonant pizza moment every time.
I love emotionally resonant pizza moment.
Every time.
Every time. We
That's
need to
our
put that on the
tag.
I do like that's the best tagline we've heard. I need to write that one down.
Every time. Didn't I say no customization? I mean,
Yeah.
in the end, that's just customization,
Yeah.
again, right? Okay.
No, I felt though. I mean, it also was throwing in like the bolding that it was having trouble with.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
That was the first
If my
time.
mom saw that, she'd be like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I agree.
Did it just put asterisks on it? Or did it actually... Well, you probably aren't formatting it there.
No.
So maybe it's something with your display thing. Was
Yeah.
doing something different from when it got
Yeah.
fed. That was a good try, though.
Yeah, it's a good try. But
Yeah, customization. The recipe sounded better.
the recipe was the best one.
Yeah. Pretty generic. What is pizza? I don't know. I think I'd give this one like a... It's pretty average. Maybe like a 6.6.
Yeah. This one's really hard because, with the exception of the last answer, it was my favorite. For
Really?
answering. Yeah, until the last one. I had the last one was kind of like you told it not to do these things, it did it.
True.
It was, I mean, so maybe it's suffering the. It was the last one.
True. Wait,
But
that's the last one?
What?
Is that the last one?
Well, we can do more, but
Okay. I don't know if we had a episode scheduled for next week yet.
yeah,
so-
we'll have to. It's hard to get these AIs to come in and sit down.
That's true. That's
They
true.
just don't do that. I mean,
Never
we've
on
been booking
time.
these out
They
on.
never
we-
like the pizza you get.
Yeah, they yeah. I don't know. I hate to throw another 6 in there because then we'd have 3 6s. That could be pretty awkward.
You just put them all. They're not all the same, Chad. That's why you need decimal places. I've been saying it the whole time.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna yield. I'm gonna go a 6 again. I think that is like they're all to me. I would have a tough time differentiating which one I would want at this point.
That's true. I mean, going in blind and asking questions and trying to figure out which one it was.
Yeah.
Like they're all the same in the end.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I do think this one had the best line. That would maybe that resonant pizza experience
Every time.
every time. And that's a good line. But
It's a line. I don't remember what that first one was.
yeah, ChatGPT came out strong. Claude had some good ones in there.
Yeah. I mean, none of them have been duds so far.
None of them have been duds.
Yeah, that's probably what counts.
Yeah, none of them I don't think would rate to me close to my mom wants to do it.
To like talk to them?
Yeah, to get the pizza recipe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, admittedly, this is like software thrown together. If you had like a really good app that was like kind of pushing the conversation was faster.
Well, I'm just thinking about like the responses in general, not
Yeah, yeah,
not how it's wrapped.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think even if that was solved, I still don't think they would want to do it. And I'd be interested in having all three of these argue.
Yes.
I think an arguing AI would be a fun experience.
Are we not doing 4?
We can do 4. We'll do another one.
What's the other model you have?
Actually, it'd be a llama running locally.
A llama.
Yeah, Facebook's
Oh.
model, but it actually is running on my laptop.
Llama. Okay, that will be interesting. All right, so tune in next week so that you can watch Llama running on Chad's laptop, and we'll see exactly how well or not well that goes. Do you have time for another one?
I have to see if I have time for.
Wait, you got a 1:30. It's Pathways.